starts now.
This is KNDU. More local news, more often.
From the KNDU studios, all your nonstop news, your accurate, fast alert weather and sports headlines, all in the first 11 minutes. Live on the KNDU Night Team. This is KNDU Local News 11 at 11.
Controversy has been brewing during the entire governor's race process.
Tonight, how each party and Secretary of State Sam Reed are responding to the discrepancies uncovered during this week's recount.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Scott Stovall.
And I'm Corinne Burris. After a first count and then a recount, it still appears Republican Dino Rossi will be the next governor of Washington State.
It's the closest gubernatorial election finish in the state's history. The margin was just 42 votes. Both Rossi and Democrat Chris Gregoire gained more than 1,000 votes in the recount. And after the original count, Rossi led by 261 votes.
Meanwhile, the fluidness of the recount situation is bringing in new information by the hour. The only way to slow it down, it seems, will be the holiday weekend.
But as Matt Daigle reports, the hours after Rossi was declared the winner saw a flurry of activity from both Democrats and Republicans.
The vote count controversy is now reaching uncharted territory for Washington politics, but only tonight is it becoming nasty. In the latest development, a letter obtained by KNDU, faxed to Secretary of State Sam Reed by the Democrats' legal team. The letter addresses a number of inconsistencies in the vote count.
We want to know why thousands of provisional ballots were simply tossed out and not counted.
It specifically references Franklin County quite prominently, saying that the county tallied more votes than voters, citing more than 100 phantom ballots. But according to Franklin County Auditor Zona Lenhart, any issues were discussed with the Democratic Party's observer during the recount. Says Lenhart, quote, "The party's left hand needs to talk to their right hand because they have people in their organization that are familiar with the situation." In the meantime, the calls for Gregoire to concede are intensifying. Doc Hastings got into the fray today with his call for a concession. Meanwhile, Dino Rossi, on family vacation in Mexico, issued a statement calling on Gregoire to concede so the state can move forward, something that his campaign reiterated during an afternoon press conference.
Furthering this count is not good for the state of Washington.
The only thing known for sure, though, is that the conclusion of this race is unlike anything ever seen in Washington politics, and that we're literally watching history unfold with this election. I'm Matt Daigle, KNDU Local News.
In a press conference earlier today, Secretary of State Sam Reed said he didn't see any reports of wrongdoing beyond things that seem like more than simple human error. However, he did say he hopes this election will lead to widespread reforms of the election process in Washington state.
This election has stirred up a lot of public interest and is even getting national attention because of the incredibly close outcome. Tonight on KNDU.com, we gave you a place to sound off. Our poll question, Republican Dino Rossi has won the Washington governor's race vote recount. Should Christine Gregoire concede? Tonight, that poll is running about 93% yes versus 7% no.
Thanksgiving is coming a little bit early to the Union Gospel Mission in Pasco. These are volunteers preparing tonight's free community dinner. For the last 50 years, the mission has given thousands of people something to be thankful for, and this year is no different. All this is done with the help of countless volunteers.
We have so many volunteers that we have to turn them down. And then we've got these guys that are working here, these are volunteers. We've got people come in and donate money. People at home bake goods, bring food in. It's a big circle.
And the volunteers will be hard at work again tomorrow. The mission is having another Thanksgiving dinner at 2 p.m. The other big dinner tomorrow, the Salvation Army's annual dinner, is having problems getting enough food for tomorrow's feed. The annual dinner is from noon to 3 tomorrow at Longfellow Elementary School on North 10th in Pasco. If you'd like to make a last-minute donation, pies are still needed.
If you're taking to the highways this Thanksgiving weekend, the Washington State Patrol wants to make sure you stay safe. They're right in the middle of a 2-month holiday season patrol emphasis. And on top of that, even more troopers will be on the roads to keep Thanksgiving travel safe. With all the extra vehicles on the road during this immensely traveled holiday, troopers want you to take extra precautions to ensure your safety.
All through the holiday weekend. And there will be traffic safety.